Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a mid-year book tag, and it is a little late in the year to be doing this. Not really, it's July, but I literally just started this channel, and I thought this would be just a good fun little video for you to get to know what I like to read and what I don't like. So I guess let's just jump right into it. We'll start with the best book I read in 2025, and that is The Conditions of Will. This book was so good. I didn't really have any expectations going into it, but oh my gosh, it was so good. I literally sat and read 300 pages in one sitting, which is crazy because this book is pretty long. It's 450-ish pages, but I was sat and I was so ready to read this, and it was so good and I loved it, And like I said, I really didn't know what to expect going into it because I didn't really read what it was about. I wanted to go in blind, so I did. So basically, it's about this girl named Georgia who lives in London, and she finds out her father has passed, so she has to go back home to South Carolina, I think, to be there for the reading of his will. And so all of her family is there. Her brother comes back in town and brings his AA sponsor, Sam. And she ends up falling in love with Sam, but she doesn't know that her brother is also in love with Sam. And so it's just a whole bunch of drama. There's a little mystery aspect, and it's seriously so good. And it really was nothing like Magnolia Parks. And yeah, there's that drama, but it's just so different from that. So even if you don't like Magnolia Parks, I definitely recommend checking this one out. So the newest release that I haven't read yet, but I want to read is It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. And this one, I've read only one other book by her, Summer Romance. And this one came out, I think in May or June. And I just picked it up last week, but Haley Pham and Sarah both read it. Destiny might have too. But they just read it. Haley really liked it. And I just really like the way this author writes. I think it's really good, and she's great at drawing you in with what she says, which is nice. And I like how she writes about real stuff, So this one, it's basically about this girl who was a child actor. She was known for being the weird kid, and she's currently trying to get one of her own shows or movies made into produced, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she's trying to get her very first project greenlit, so she tells this guy that she can get this famous rock star to write a song for it, but she kind of lied because she hasn't spoken to this guy in 20 years, and so then she must go with the cinematographer to a music festival to talk to the guy, and it's just a whole mess. So I think it'll be really good. My most anticipated release for the second half of the year, I think, is Fake Skating by Lynn Painter. I've read every book by her. I love her books so much, and especially I love her young adult books. So the fact that this is a young adult hockey romance, oh, it's gonna eat so good. I just know already. I'm pretty sure it comes out in September, and I'm so ready for it and so excited because it's just gonna be so good. She knows how to write some books, so that's my most anticipated release of the year. My favorite author of the year, either new or debut, was Cara Bastone. I've read 2 of her books this year, and they were both 5 stars for me, which is so good for one author to get 2 5 stars from me like that. These books were so good, and also the covers are just beautiful. You can't tell me that these are not stunning. I loved the way she writes her characters because they're so real, but also so lovable. So Ready or Not is a unexpected pregnancy. She's not with the guy, and she is basically in love with her best friend's brother. So, I mean, best friend's brother right there. Gotta love it. And then Promise Me Sunshine, the main girl's best friend died, and she's going through a lot of grief, and she is a nanny for this girl, and she meets the girl's uncle, and he helps her through the grief, and she helps him form a connection with the niece and technically his sister. So this one was also so good. So my newest fictional crush for the year is Noah Walker from When in Rome. The way that this guy silently loves her is so good. He's so, like, quiet, but he's also always there for her, which I love. And, like, I don't even know how to describe it, but he loves her quietly, and it's just so amazing. And he literally only has eyes for her, so who doesn't love that? This book is basically about this rock star, pop star girl who goes away to Rome, but not Rome, Italy. She goes to Rome, Kentucky, and her car breaks down in front of this guy's house, and, like, she thinks he's, like, super creepy, like a stalker type of thing, and that, like, he's gonna murder her, but, like, he won't. And so then, like, he lets her stay with him, and they fall in love, because that's the way it works in books. A book that made me cry this year was Homefront by Kristen Hanna. This book was so sad, but I absolutely loved it. It's basically about this family. The mom gets deployed to go fight in a war, and so the dad is left alone to raise, like, his 2 daughters, and it just is about the family and the war and life back home after the war, and it was just so good. I really loved it. A book that made me happy was Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, and this book is basically, she loves to write magical realism books, by the way. So this book is basically this girl who's a songwriter meets this guy, and, like, she has the song stuck in her head, but she can't write it because she doesn't have everything she needs to write it. And she runs into him because she can hear his voice in her head, and they're, like, talking. It's super weird. They're talking to each other. He comes to South Carolina to write the song with her, and they have to, like, finish the song. But I was a little worried for this one because A Novel Story, I think that's what her last book is called, I wasn't the biggest fan of, but I love 7 Year Slip by her. So the most beautiful book I bought this year is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of Crescent City. It's the most stunning book I've ever seen before. I actually just bought this, so technically I didn't buy it in the first half of the year, but I don't care because, again, just look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited to read this. I haven't read it yet, obviously, and I honestly don't really know what it's about, but I know that people love it, and I want to know why people love it, so I'm going to read it at some point. Don't know when, but it will happen. I have 4 books that I think I need to read by the end of the year, and they are Funny Story by Emily Henry. Everybody loves Emily Henry. I've only read 1 book by her, and this one sounded really good, so I picked this up, and I'm excited for it. I really like the concept. I love the fake dating aspect of it, so I think it'll be really good. I need to read Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. I'm probably, like, 35% of the way through it, and I did a softie enough just because I was not in the mood for it, but I'm thinking I need to pick it back up soon because I do want to finish the series, even though she hasn't finished writing it yet. But yeah, it's just a good, like, reality TV type of book. I need to read One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, I think is how you say her name. I don't really know what this book is about, and I bought it a long time ago when it was super popular, but everybody loves it. I want to know why they love it, so obviously I need to read it. And I've had this one on my list for a while, so I think it's finally getting close to the time. I'm hoping to read it in maybe, like, September, if it's cool enough, like, if the weather is good enough to read it in September at school, then that's definitely when I'll try to read it. I also want to read Legendborn by Tracy Dion because I just got this book and then I realized how much people really like it, and the idea of it sounded so good. I love just a good, like, fantasy sci-fi type book, which is exactly what this is, so super excited to read this one. And that's all of the ones, like, I feel like I need to read. Obviously I have a ton more books to read, but these ones I guess I'm most excited for. So the books that I want to reread this year is the ACOTAR series. I read that 2 to 3 years ago, I think, and I just read Throne of Glass by her, so I want to reread this and just see how it compares, and I think I might be able to do, like, a read with me with one of my friends because she hasn't read it yet, but she bought the whole series. So I want to do that, and then I'm thinking I might make a spoiler video of me reading it. So I might do that. A book that I enjoyed that has semi-mixed views is The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. And when I say semi-mixed views, like, obviously some people love her books and some people don't. And I loved this one. This is like my second favorite by her, I think. It was so good. The twists were crazy, I'm pretty sure. Never mind. Some of the twists were crazy. I did pick out one of the twists literally like within the first chapter, but still, this book was so good. And I think it had like 3 something stars. I don't really have a ton of books on my list that are like super mixed, so I really loved this one. So I had 6 5-star reads this year, and I'm just looking at my Fable and I'll read them out to you. So the first 5-star read of the year was Empire of Storms, which is in the Throne of Glass series, and I did do the tandem read, so I actually think that really helped digest the information and keep me like super invested. But this one was so good. The way it ended was amazing. Like, there were so many twists happening. It was just like top tier for that series, I think. Next was The Do-Over. This was a reread for me, and this was my original rating from a few years ago. Bo decided to join the video. He wants to talk about some books, I guess. So the next 5-star read was Ready or Not by Cara Bastone, which I did already talk about. I loved this book, so good. And then The Conditions of Will, which I also already talked about. Again, such a good book. Totally exceeded my expectations. When in Rome was another 5-star, and again, I already talked about that book. It was so good, so cute. I loved the way their relationship was paced. It didn't feel very like insta-lovey, which I liked. So, and Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone was another 5-star, which I also did already talk about. But that book was, I don't know, just the way she writes her characters is so good. And I really liked the pacing of their relationship too. And then any 5-star predictions I have for the year, I'm not really sure. I'm currently reading Made for Each Other, and I think this one has 5-star potential because a lot of her books are 5 stars to me, so I'm hoping this is going to be up there with it. But besides that one, I really don't know. It's so hard for me to say what makes a 5-star to me besides just like the feeling it gives me. And it obviously varies from like genre, because romance is not going to be the same as a fantasy 5-star. So I think that's all I have to talk about in this wrap up. Let me know what your books were for these categories, and I will see y'all in another video.